Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ajay and I'm the founder of Bote Technologies. In our previous video, we've seen the basics of HTML, and in this video today, we'll be learning nesting in HTML, examples of empty HTML element, and we're going to be seeing what HTML element is itself. So now I'm going to go to the Visual Studio Code editor, and right here we have our previous example here. So now I'm going to create a new paragraph, and this paragraph I'm going to type the third paragraph. All right, so now I'm going to include a comment. With his HTML element. So HTML element are anything from the start tag to the end tag here. And if we look at the paragraph tag, we are having an opening paragraph tag, we are having a message in the middle, and we are having a close tag of P. So the whole element from the start to the end here is called an HTML element. So next we'll be seeing what is nesting in HTML and how we can nest our HTML tags. So nesting in HTML basically means enclosing an HTML tag within another HTML tag. And when we look at the start of our document here, we have the HTML tag, we are having the head tag, we are having the title. So the title tag is nested inside the head, while the head is nested inside the HTML, which is the root HTML tag. And also we are having the body. The body is also nested inside of the HTML. And when we look at the body, both the header h1 to our h6, our image, our hyperlink, our paragraph, they are all nested inside the body, while the body is nested inside the HTML tag itself. So in HTML, moving an HTML tag within another HTML tag is called nesting. And there is a specific arrangement on how, or there is a specific rule on how we can nest our HTML element. For instance, we can't have our body within the head tag. We can only have our title, and we can only have our link and also our meta tag inside of the head, because anything within the head is not going to be displayed in the body of our browser. And definitely for anything we want to make sure it appears on our browser, we enclose it between the body tag. So next we've seen how to nest, and we've seen what nesting is in HTML. So next we'll be looking at examples of empty element in HTML. So what do we mean by empty element? There are some HTML tags that do not have a closing tag, and a very good example of it is the line break BR tag that allows us to break our text into a new line. In HTML, there's what we call white spacing. While creating your document, if you should try to break a new text into a new line, if you try to break a text into a new line, the text is not going to follow the format in which you've done it. HTML is going to treat it as a white space. Probably while you are typing, you mistakenly press the enter button, and HTML is going to add it as an extra space. So let's see what I mean by that. When we have the paragraph type tag, and I have okay, let me use the letter P. This is a paragraph. But I am going to be continue. on a new line. This is the second line of our paragraph. So let me add a new space here. Then let me use a full stop. So when I press enter again, let me create a spacing, and I go back here and I type this is the third line of our paragraph. When I run this on the Google Chrome browser, by default the web browser is going to remove the white spacing. It's not going to put this on a new line, and it's not also going to put this on a new line. All of them will be on a straight line. So let me save my work and let me open it with the live server. So now, in order for us to break this text into a new line, we need to use the BR tag. So the BR tag is going to break them into a new line. So now let's see how it looks. So we have this is a paragraph, but I'm going to be continuing on a new line. This is the second line of our paragraph. This is the third line of our paragraph. When you look at it, even though we try to break it inside our code, all of them are still on a straight line. And this is a very good feature in HTML5 because it doesn't break the text into a new line unless you use the BR tag. So now we are going to I'm going to be duplicating this by copying it by pressing Ctrl+C to copy, and I'm going to press Ctrl+V to paste it. So now that we have this text here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the BR. I'm going to be using the BR. So the BR is going to break this into a new line, and the BR is also going to break this into a new line. So I only need to use the BR line for both this and this. So after typing this, I'm trying to break it so that this can continue on a new line, and after this I want to break it so that the next line, the next sentence can continue on a new line. So I'm going to press Ctrl+S and I'm going to open my browser. So now when we launch the browser, we can see that the paragraph is already on a new line. So this is how we move our text to a new line within the same tag, instead of creating a different paragraph tag and putting this is a paragraph and I'm going to be continuing a new line. Instead of creating another paragraph to hold this, you can just use the line break BR tag to break them into different lines. So next we'll be looking at attributes in HTML, and in the previous video I've mentioned what an attribute is and how we can the different types of attributes we can actually use. An attribute is used to provide information to an HTML element. So what do I mean by that? When we look at the previous example, we have an image here, and the src is our attribute, the alt is our attribute, the width is our attribute, and the height is also our attribute. So the source defines the place where we are picking our image from, while the alt tells us the additional or the text that will appear if our image fails to load up for a reason due to a broken link or a typographical error. Then also we have the width. We can reduce or we can enlarge our image to our own specific pixels. So if I feel like making the image bigger, I can set the width to 1200, and I can also set the height to 1200, and this is going to make the image a little bit larger. So now I have the image here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the Visual Studio Code. So the HTML attribute is not only used for the image. We can also specify an attribute for our paragraph. So for the attributes, we have many of them. So we can use the style attribute. So the style attribute is used to change the text appearance, or how the text are positioned within our web page. So for the text, I can change the color of the paragraph. to a red color. So when I click save and I go back to my browser, then we are going to see that the color of the paragraph is already changed to the color red. Then also we can apply the styling to different HTML tags. So we can have our P, we can have a style, and we can have a background color. We can set a background color of black to it. So when we set a background color of black, we would also set a color of white so that text can appear on the white background. So when we click on save and we go back, we've seen that the paragraph is having a background color of black and a text color of white. So we are going to stop here today, and if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to hit the subscribe button for more awesome content like this. See you in the next tutorial video. Thank you.